production. All rights reserved. Welcome. Can y'all hear me good? Can y'all hear me good? Can y'all hear me good? Respect to together. My with Pat Sister Rimrock TV, Sniper, you knew Alpha Boy, Queen Brooklyn Hood. What's good? I'm going ahead and go say this right here. I'm going to say it. Them marching protesters is not our business, right? It's not our business. But at the same time, it is our business. I'm gonna tell you why I said that. Right there. Tell you why I said it, right? I'm gonna read together a comment with she put in there. Yes, because the Mexicans in California are ruthless, disrespectful, and entitled. Okay. Guess what? There's a whole bunch of other people that's illegal over here is the same way, right? So we can go either way with that. Okay. So let's go see what Alpha Buckeye said. And yes, black folks have nothing to do with California being overran by migrants and Trump getting them up out of here. Yes, the thing I got, the problem I got with that right there, sending in the Marines. Okay, let's just say we have a protest, right? And the justice and the Supreme Court, the DOJ doesn't do nothing about what happened to our people, right? The police shooters. We know that been going on for a while, and our people go out and hit the street and protest. Let's take it a little farther. Let's take Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, and the rest of them. What would have happened if we went out there and did the same thing, a peaceful protest? Would he send the Marine at us? Would he send the Marine at us? Okay. I'm gonna go to something. I'm trying to what was that? Yes, Marines have been deployed to LA to respond to immigration protests. Okay. Immigration protests. Okay, what would happen if we start protesting about what we don't like, what some people call the orange man did, right? To us. Would he send the Marines there? Okay. Would he send Marines to do that right there? Okay, we got a whole lot of different people in this country, right? Everybody think it's just the Hispanic, the Mexican, the Venezuelan, all them folks, right? That's some are illegal. We gotta look at the whole broader picture of that. We gotta look at the whole broader picture of that. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Black folk, we are not. Put this way, I'm gonna tell you this right here. Our ancestors were here before anybody else. Okay, I'm gonna break it down for you. Yes, yeah, the white men consider some some of the Hispanic, the Venezuelan, and all them folks right there illegal, right? But we still got to stop and talk about the ones that come on here on a visa and come on here sticking their green card that overstay their visa and not getting their green card, right? We got to talk about them too. Throw them in the mix. You know why you throw them in the mix? Cause you overstay your visa, you're illegal. You're illegal. And guess what? The Europeans, the white European, came over here and took this land. So guess what? If the his Venezuelans and all these other folks that from the south of the border, north of the border, overseas, whatever, are illegal, guess who also illegal over here? They are. They are. See, it's the broader thing. It's the broader picture of the thing. As he emphasized exactly, bro. This is our country. We don't have to worry about deportation. See, we don't have to worry about deportation, but guess what? You think that administration care about we legal or not? How they look how some of these cops do us when they pull us over. Look how Karen and Ken do when you live in a certain neighborhood. They think you ain't got the money to live in that neighborhood. Oh, let me see your papers. Let me see your papers. That's how they do it. But I'm looking at this. Like I said, I look at this. I look at it the whole picture of everything. I look at the whole picture of everything, right? You know me. I look at the whole picture of everything. I don't look at just the illegals that's in California, but what about the ones that is here legally, right? There probably some process out there in this country legally, got all the paperwork and all that stuff. But guess what? ICE is picking them up too. They went about it the right way, but ICE is picking up them too. They don't care about that. See, he's so much worried about that protest that going on in California with them with that immigration protest. What about they? What about they trying to cut Medicaid, and Medicare, Social Security? That some of our mothers and fathers, grandfather, grandmother had worked their life for, and that we put into. What about that new education executive order that he signed that Linda McMahon had him to sign? See, they don't want to. See, that's just a distraction. See, Medicaid and Medicare affects us all. That affects us all. Tell you what else affects us all. They want our kids to go to school, want us to go to school, all of that. But guess what? They want the schools. I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, it being abused. Yeah, some folks abusing it. Alpha. Yes, you're right. Some people are abusing it, but that's really needed. But yet, you let they laid out some people from the CDC, got rid of some people at CDC, got rid of some people at the IRS. You probably can't. You already had hard enough time when they had people. to get somebody to answer the telephone, trying to say, oh, we're cutting money and this right here. Okay. But you wasting money by sending the Marines over there. If they not doing nothing destructive, leave them alone. Because we know when a peaceful protest starts, right? It always your agitator is in that protest and starts shit. Right? It always an agitator in there somewhere to start stuff. Guess what? I think in Washington State, these two ex-military guys, right? They were stealing equipment, machine gun, explosive devices, helmets, and all that stuff from the military base. And they had a Nazi flag and stuff up. See, we as indigenous melanated black people, that's not our concern either. But it is, and it kind of is our concern. No telling, they've been doing it over 2 or 3 years. No telling how many the counterpart they sold it to. Okay, let's take that march down in I think in Kansas. The white supremacist group marched in Kansas, protest in Kansas. Oh, they didn't see no the Marines out there, did they? They ain't seen no Marines out there. They ain't seen the military forces out there on that protest. Why not? It's a peaceful protest. We know why not, don't we? We know why not. Let me get to the story right quick. Okay. It said Marines are deploying to LA area in the wake of ICE protests. Roughly 700 are being dispatched to protect federal personnel and property over the ejection of Governor Newsom. Okay. Why are they going? They send 700 to LA to protect federal personnel and property over the ejection of Governor Newsom. Okay. Now they want to try to protect property. Now they want to try to protect people. So you send 700 Marines to do that, right? And I get what y'all saying. It's not our fight. But I found it hard to fathom sending 700 Marines to a peaceful protest where some of the protesters are peaceful, and some of them gonna get caught up in that protest because of some outside agitators that doing stuff they ain't supposed to be doing, which is gonna make that protest look like, oh, see what we told you, this right here. But you're supposed to be getting out of all the illegal people out of the United States that done committed crimes and all of that stuff. But yet, you still hear some people that are trying to get their visa, trying to get the green card, trying to become a U.S. citizen and stopping their progress. Who try to do it the legal way? Explain that to me. Let's go ahead and read. Like I said, roughly 700 Marines are deploying to Los Angeles area to protect federal buildings and personnel in the wake of the protests over immigration that had already led President Trump to federalize National Guard troops, the U.S. military said Monday. Now you want to try to protect people. Now you want to try to protect property. But what would that what? But what would that energy at when George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery? What would that protection? What would protection for the personnel? What would that protection for the property? See, that's a whole lot of difference right there, ain't it? What were all them people at? What were the military forces at? Protect the protesters, protect the protesters, the personnel. What were the military personnel protect? Why isn't the Justice Department not protecting the people that need to be protected? Can somebody tell me that? Okay. Let me see if I can find another one in here somewhere. Okay. It's a Marines deployed to Los Angeles as anti-ICE protest intensifies. The Pentagon plans to deploy where they already deployed, right? This is what they knew at the time. This is what they knew at the time at 4:31, at 6, 7, 8:31, 8:31 this time, right? This per Fox 11. U.S. Northern Command confirmed Monday that about 700 Marines from the 2nd Battalion, 7th Marine, 1st Marine Division, and 29 Pound will seamlessly integrate with federalized National Guard troops that arrived Sunday to help protect federal facility and personnel. Yeah, I know it. I know it is. Alpha, I know it is. But yeah, you see how they try to how the police try to shut a peaceful protest down, but with agitators. But they're using the money. They trying to say they cut your money, but that's money what it costs you to send 700 Marine and activate the National Guard. Okay, I'm going to sit back and wait and see if they actually going to do what they said they're going to do: protect the federal workers, protect federal buildings. That's what I'm waiting to see. That's what I'm waiting to see. So they said to protect federal building and personnels. That's what they said. That's what they said. The Marine deployment will ensure there are accurate numbers of forces to provide continuous coverage of the area in support of the lead federal agency, according to U.S. Northern Command. The troops have been trained in the escalation, standing rule for the use of force, and they will be armed with weapons they normally carry. Okay. Train de-escalation. Okay. Okay. How do they? We know how the escalation go. You might have a rogue marine who don't like illegal immigrants, who don't like the other kind per se, right? You might not like it. They might like it, might not like them. De-escalation. What you gonna need de-escalation for if it's supposedly quote unquote a peaceful protest? See, that's my understanding. Then it says crowd control. If they walking down the street, not impeding traffic, it's just a peaceful protest. Okay, you want to control the crowd. You want them to go a certain direction, right? Okay, understandable. But do you need that massive force and standard rules for use of force? Standard rules of use of force, but yet the first thing came out of this was de-escalation. If you de-escalate it, why are you gonna need force for? See, I'm not against him sitting there. I'm not against a peaceful protest, but we all know, we don't seen this 100 times. Even when black people marched, it
Hold on.
always go, it always gonna be some agitators in there. And
Hold,
guess what? Go ahead, Armando.
hold on. Let me get in here, man. You've been going for 20 minutes straight. Let me get in here, man. This is nothing like the civil rights, bro. Okay, well, I joined up with the SCLC when I was 10 years old. Okay, back in a lot of these young folks, they don't understand. They thinking, after Dr. King gave his "I Have a Dream" speech in at the Lincoln Memorial, they think that was it. They think after when Dr. King died and
Mhm.
integration and busing, that wasn't it. We had work we had to do in the 80s. We had work we had to do in the 90s. It doesn't compare, man. Let me break it down to you. These people came over here illegally. We were brought over here against our will. Okay, these people came over here illegally. All right. And my thing is, if you go back to every civil rights march and you pull up pictures, you pull up videos, and I'm quite sure together in Alpha, we all kind of around the same age range. If you go back and pull up the pictures in the videos of the 50s and the 60s, okay? Not one time would you ever see anybody waving an African flag. Not one time. All the civil rights workers and the freedom riders, they were waving American flags. The ops were waving the rebel flags. The rednecks, Mississippi, Alabama, South Georgia, Tennessee, they were waving the rebel flags. Our civil rights workers were waving the American flags. This is what rubs me the wrong way about those protesters. It had been for a while. I just never really said it out loud until now. How are you fighting to stay over here and you're waving a foreign flag? How are you waiting to why how are you're fighting to stay over here in America, but you out there waving Mexican flags, all right? And another thing, our people were not burning cars, our people were not, vandalizing and shooting and setting things on fire. Dr. King them wasn't doing none of that. Abernathy them wasn't doing none of that. John Lewis them wasn't doing none of that. Hosea Williams and Joseph Lowry, they weren't doing anything like that. And my brother, they are burning American flags, spitting on them, taking the flag. I seen one lady take the American flag and wipe her ass with it.
But you
And
don't so
you just don't understand, bro. You don't understand. Them people do not like us. They do
but
not like us. They don't give a damn about us, bro. When we were going through our things and our issues, bro, with Charlottesville and all that, where were they? Did you see one Mexican marching and protesting during the Trayvon Martin, during the Mike Brown? Not one. Not one to George Floyd. Not one Latino community. Not one came out and waved the Mexican flag, but not one.
but I'm not concerned about the damn flag. Cause guess what? This country don't like our ass anyway. For one, all of us didn't come over here on no damn ship. They ain't showing no proof no ship. They could find down some boys and all that stuff for millions of years ago. Hold on, but they can't find no slave ship. Some of us are already here. Like I said, we worry about the people south of the border. What about these that come from England and all these other places over here on a visa
A
that are on
lot
spots
of
that
them, a
that
lot of them
are
up.
hold on. They are illegal. I'm
No, no,
not
no,
talking about
not,
bad. I'm not.
not, not,
Hold on. If they
not in
visa,
law. Hold on. Not in law. I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm not
oh,
gonna let you
oh,
go
oh,
do it, but not
they
in
bill. Hey,
large
hold
masses.
on.
Not in large masses like
But
what's
they
coming
are.
from the damn southern border, and you know that. Stop
Yes,
moving
they
the
are.
damn
Yeah, yeah.
goalposts. Them
Nah,
people from damn England, no, them people from Europe, man. Majority now, some of them are coming over here illegally. I will give you that. But majority of them, they are coming over here legally. They're doing it the right way. They're coming over here as students. A lot of them, you know where they're at? They're on Auburn University campus. They're on Georgia.
I
They're in
ain't talking about.
Athens.
I'm not.
They're in
I'm not even talking
Tuscaloosa.
about them. I'm not. I'm not.
They're
I'm not talking about them.
Penn State. They coming over here as students. They come over here. They like it. They get adapted to it, and they become citizens.
But
Now,
hold
back in the
on.
early 1900s, yeah, I will give you that. When the Irish, you had the Irish, they call it the Irish invasion and everything. You had a whole bunch of Sicilians coming over here. That was back in the early 1900s, back in the Woodrow Wilson years. But now, a lot of majority of the Europeans and even the Africans, they're coming over here legally. Majority of them, bro.
But
Statistics
but,
don't lie.
but hold on. But hold on. I'm not talking the one that's coming over here legally. No, I'm talking about the one that come over here, get a visa. The visa expired. They still over here elite. The visa expired. They here illegally. See, nobody want to talk about those. Nobody want to talk about those. And guess what? The white man, white woman, they are here illegally. You want to put it? You want to go that far back? Hold on. And then, hold on. I ain't talking about when civil rights.
How they here illegally?
What did they land first?
Okay, no, it
What
wasn't.
hold on.
No,
What did they land first?
no,
What
it
did they land
wasn't.
first? Okay,
No, it
then.
wasn't. But the
So
thing
they're
about it,
illegal, right? They're illegal, right? They're illegal, right?
The
They're
thing
illegal,
about
right?
it is, hold on. They came over here illegally, but guess what? All right, they went
They
to
stole this
war.
land.
Hold up, they went to war with the. Do you know your history? They went to war with the Choctaws, the Chickasaws, the goddamn Cherokees, the goddamn Seminoles, and wiped them out.
They stole the
They
land.
fought a war. No, they fought a war and took it.
Stole the
They
land. They stole the
deboed it.
land.
Well, they deboed it. They didn't.
They
You
stole
can't
the land.
steal. Look,
Can I
I
get
can't
in here?
steal.
Can
I
I get
can't
in here?
steal nothing from you, but I can take it.
But
Can
think
I
about it, they
get
still
in?
stole.
Look,
They
but
stole
they
it.
fought.
Taking
They
and
stole it.
stealing.
They fought them and beat them. They fought and won the war. That's just like the Soviet Union, bro. They whooped Germany's ass, and what happened in the process? They took Berlin. And for what, 40, 50 years until Bush had the wall tore down, and Gorbachev tore the wall down. Who owned goddamn Berlin? The Soviet Union. And Berlin sat where? In Germany.
But
To
this
the
what I'm
victor
trying
goes,
to.
to the victor goes the spoil, my brother. To the victor
But
goes
thing,
the spoil.
but the bottom line, this ain't their land. This is not their
Hello?
land.
Man, let me tell you, this
Yeah, hold
God's
on,
land. This is
hold on.
God's
Hello?
land. It
Okay
don't
then.
belong. It don't belong to none of us. This is God's land. You want me to tell you who really own this land?
The
The
animals.
goddamn the animals. You damn
There you
right.
go.
We all thieves.
Yeah,
We
but
all
I'm
thieves. Yeah,
but
we stole
I
their damn land. Shit,
but
you
you
want to be technical like that?
but
Ain't that
you
right? Ain't that right together?
but you didn't catch the part when I
Can I
said.
say hello?
Hold on,
Me
together.
too.
Let me say this right quick. Let me say this right quick.
Oh Lord.
Say, let me say this right quick. Look here. We all know when even with I ain't talking about back into Martin Luther King no day. I'm talking about now when all the black were protesting. I don't care who was in there. But when stuff was catching on fire, when they were looting and stuff like that, who did they show doing it? Who they said was doing it? We was doing it, right? They said our people were doing it.
And what?
But hold on. But you know that always when a protest goes on, they always an agitator comes in and do this shit. We know that.
We had
Hello?
reasons. We
Can
were
I say
angry about Rodney King. I mean, I participated when we did our thing downtown on Forsyth Street. I told you about that. But we were angry, man. Remember we sat in the classrooms, bro, because it went down our senior year. The spring of our senior year, when the story broke, I was sitting in my class at Lynette. You were sitting in your class at Valley, bro, and they aired it, bro. And we had to sit there and watch that man get beat down like an animal by what 6, 7 darn white LA police officers. That right there.
Yeah, so you said they're no agitator.
These dudes, look, these people are being asked to go back home and come back and do it the right way. It ain't like he's saying, look, leave forever. He asking them to go back, come back, do it again, and do it legally.
I'm gonna tell you this right here. He said he gonna get rid of illegals.
Don't respond. Let me take out the trash. Let me anytime trash come in, don't respond. Let me take it out.
I ain't even paying attention. I ain't paying attention.
Okay, go ahead.
Say
Go ahead.
something now, D-True, because you
Let
just keep right on
together get in.
talking.
Go ahead.
Let
Go
together.
ahead.
Dang. So let me tell you what's going on here. So what happens is it was supposed to be a peaceful protest, all right? You have a lot of Latinos here. See, where you guys are, the Latinos out there are totally different. They come here and they're like factory jobs, they're fast food jobs, they're all types of jobs. And so what happens is when those Mexicans come here and they get into the jobs, everybody's working, and maybe a black person to find a different job, so the Mexican person will get the job of being the manager. So what the
Facts.
Mexican person does, and I'm a living witness, is they will get all the people that are black or other races of color, and they will get them fired, and they'll start hiring their friends and
Yep.
family. And once they get locked in, if a black, and I'll tell you, I went to Subway, and there was a young black kid there, and he was working there, and I said, how long you been here? He said 1 week. He was way better at 1 week than the all the managers that was in that Subway. And I said, you are doing a really good job. And everybody was complimenting him. Even, the white people that was at the restaurant. We went back a couple days later. Do you know the Mexicans fired him and hired a Mexican person that didn't even know the damn buttons and couldn't even speak English? This is what's going on here in California. And everybody sitting, first of all, they don't like us. This one guy, he painted a mural in LA of Kobe Bryant and his daughter, and the Mexicans are scribbling over it. They're writing, just really disrespectful stuff. And areas that black people lived in, they get together. Like when they were in small numbers, black people didn't mess with them. We considered them to be like friends and family and stuff like that. But once their numbers, got bigger and bigger and bigger, they started turning on us out here. And it's in like the jobs, like we call it Caltrans, city jobs, construction sites, bus drivers, anything that black people were doing. If you listen and pay attention, a lot of black people will tell you these folks got into position somehow, some way, and they kicked out all the black people. You trying to tell me that nobody black wants to work? That's a bunch of bullshit. Black people want to work, but everywhere you look, it's
Mm-hmm.
them. And then when you go to like to the grocery stores, you look their numbers in getting food stamps and all that stuff. They don't speak no English,
Mm-hmm.
surpasses. We have people that are in office right now. We have people that are, what do you call it, the unions, like various unions out here for different jobs. If you are an illegal immigrant, you are not supposed to hold those type of jobs. They got a
Mm-hmm.
guy right now, they detained him from ICE. He was the head honcho for the unions out here in California. This fool ain't even an American citizen. He's undocumented. We got people that work in the city council that's undocumented. And the law says in Title 8 of the law says that if any person, governor, president, whoever it is, that is harboring illegal immigrants, they are supposed to spend up to 20 years in jail. Now, Maxine Waters is caping for them. It was peaceful. And I'm going to tell you where it went wrong, since you don't know, D Truth. Where it went wrong was not a congresswoman, but a city member. She's a big old fat Latino woman. And also Karen Bass, the mayor of
That
Los
Latino one.
Angeles, went out there and told those people to fight the damn police. They told them, it's on recording, and everybody in California is in an uproar saying, why the hell would they, as officials, go tell these people to start attacking the police and ICE? This is how it started to be violent. The people in leadership told them people out here to go fight with the police and ICE and anybody else. Then they went to the building of the FBI right after they told them to do it, and they tried to attack the FBI, but the FBI came out with their weapons and they asses took off. So you don't know the whole story, and you keep wanting to say stuff that you know nothing about. I'm sitting here watching it in my area now. What's going on? I'm living this. So you can't keep telling me, wait, hold on. You don't know what's going on out here. It's bad. People are getting hurt. People are being beat up for no reason, coming out their jobs just trying to go home and being attacked by these people because our government officials here told them to attack people. So
But
I
what's
don't
it?
want to
What?
hear your excuse. I don't want to hear what you got to say.
So what is the difference between them and January 6th?
It's a
What's
whole
the
lot
difference?
different.
No, it's not. No, not.
You know what?
Oh,
You know
oh,
what?
I'm
I'm gonna
tell
tell
you
you
why.
something.
I'm gonna tell you.
Those black
No, 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 no,
people,
no,
like
no,
you,
no.
you
I'm gonna tell you a
always
big
want to
difference.
think
I'm gonna
that
tell
you.
you a big difference,
But
D.
he,
Hold,
but
hold up. I'm gonna
they got
tell you.
pardoned.
I'm
They
gonna
got
tell you a
pardoned,
big.
and
I'm
they
gonna tell
killed
you.
police
Hold up,
officer,
hold up. I'm gonna
and they
tell you
killed
a
police
big.
officer.
I don't agree with the pardon, but I'm gonna tell you the difference. I don't. First of all, man, I don't agree with them getting pardoned. Do you know why? And I'm gonna say this together. The reason why I don't agree with either of them getting pardoned, because if it was a bunch of us going to the Capitol building, we would be getting 20 plus years.
They broke the
You
law. Simple as that.
okay? All right. Now, you got me on that one, D. True. But the big difference between the men and the women at the Capitol building, bro, the big difference between them and what the fools out there in LA doing right now, man, those people were American born citizens. They were just a little in their feelings and emotional about the outcome of the damn election. But they, at the end of the day, they are American born citizens. That's the difference. That carries weight. Those people, their mothers and fathers fought for this country, died for this country. That's the difference.
Yep. And you got people that jump the border and they feel like they got a right to be, they got a right to come here and do it. And you want to fly your flag, go back to your country that you say that you love so much if you want to do that.
That's
See,
what
people
irks
don't
me.
know. The thing of it is everybody that sees this, go and pull up the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, and it'll tell you they are lying, saying that they own this country. No, they don't. We rightfully purchased it because they owe $3 million, and as a way for them to pay their debt, they gave up certain land. And it's another treaty when you read the Guadalupe Hidalgo that also confirms what Guadalupe Hidalgo is saying. So if if they want to say that we stole their land, they stole land from indigenous people. They stole it from the people that was already in Mexico. They slaughtered them and did all kinds of heinous things to these people. So don't come here talking about what somebody did and you guilty yourself. You come here and you start picking at black people. You like it's an old black lady. She been living in her house for many years, and because the Mexican people started moving in, they decided they wanted to come and bully her and try to firebomb her house. No black person has ever done no crap like that to no Mexican person. We leave them people alone. When a black person move into an area and it's mostly Mexican, they start picking at the black people, and then when we start
Facts.
whooping their asses back, then they want to holler that they're a damn victim. So you're not out here, so you can't speak and talk about. That's like me coming up in your house and start cooking your food, and you tell me to get out. I'm like, no, I got a right to be here. I've been here for a month, and there's no law. I'm squatting in your house, and the law won't even help you. How you gonna get me out? How you gonna get me out? They're basically squatting in our land, and our tax dollars are paying for them. Every time we turn around, our governor is taking and cutting more programs from kids so that we could take care of a bunch of damn illegals that don't belong here. And they just keep having baby after baby. The problem is, and the blame of this whole situation is the very parents that hopped that damn border. They're the ones that fought, and their kids need to hold them accountable instead of blaming American people. That's their fault. Because if I come in your house illegally and start using up your utilities and stuff, and you
Mm-hmm.
call the police on me to get me out, and I'm sitting there trying to have a nerve to fight you for something that belongs to you that I took
Mm-hmm.
illegally. I illegally came in your house and squatted, and you're paying all the bills. And then let the person say, "Oh, we can't help you, Mr. D Truth. She has a right to stay there. She's been there for 6 months." And you're sitting there like, "Wait a minute, but I'm paying all these bills. I'm providing all this food, and she's eating my food. She's taking showers. She's doing this. She's doing that." And then I tell my family, "Oh, come on, move in. It ain't no problem. He gonna take care of everything. But you cannot put your hands on me. You cannot hurt me. I'm protected under squatters' rights. So guess what? I'm draining your pocket. So what you gonna do? Except for accept it." That's the same thing that's happening here in California. And if they don't stop it here, it's going to spread elsewhere. And Donald Trump is doing the right thing. Everybody out here in California is telling black people, stay up out of this. These folks have been friends. Another story, this lady was friends with this lady for many, many years. And she thought that this lady was her dog. Her kids grew up. I mean, they did everything together. As soon as Donald Trump got elected and she found out that her friend was a Donald Trumper, this lady said, "I never liked your black ass anyway." So they true feelings came out after all these years. They don't like us. And they sure in the hell don't like you.
Oh well, guess what? Some white folks don't like us.
I'd
Okay.
rather take because white you just you know what?
But
You
hold on,
just a
hold
white
on.
person
Hey,
I
hey, if you
I
gonna
heard,
go
I heard
there,
you.
for white
if you
people.
gonna go
Hey,
there,
and
D
that's
Truth,
some
if you
blacks don't
gonna go
like
there,
us. That's some
hold on,
black.
hold
A
on.
whole lot
If
of
you
people
gonna
don't
go
like us.
there, if you gonna go there, hell, you got some black folks that don't like you for no reason. You know that
The
you
spread
got
black out.
look. I get hated. Me personally, I get hated more. Get hated on more by my own people.
I know that you didn't let me finish what I
Black.
was going to say
Shit.
before you
I
jumped
mean, come
in.
on, let's keep it real now.
But
Let's keep it real.
the problem is y'all not seeing is
It
yeah.
ain't
There's
no
some.
problem being not
Hold on,
seeing
hold
it.
on,
Damn that
hold on.
black white thing.
Let me finish before you
I
jump
just
in.
can't
Let me
talk.
finish.
I
Let me
just
finish.
can't
Let me
talk to
finish.
you. I
Let
just
me
can't
finish.
talk
Let
to
me
you
finish.
because you keep moving the
See.
goalposts.
No,
You want
the problem
everything to
is
fit your narrative. You
no.
can't
I
have
ain't trying to
everything your way. As soon
and
as we say
you gonna let
something
me
about
finish?
another
You
race,
didn't know what I
the
was gonna
first thing
say.
you
You didn't know
say
what I was gonna
is the white
say.
person, the white person, the white person. But
But
guess
the thing
what, D
is, it's
Truth?
true.
But
It's
guess
true.
what?
Tell me they're not
Man,
true.
They
Tell
not
me
the
they're not
ones
true.
out
Tell
there
me not true.
tearing up
Tell me
stuff.
not true.
man, you get
Tell me
like
they're
They're
not
not the
true.
ones out. They're
moving the
not the ones
goalpost,
out
bro.
there tearing up stuff.
Get like
But
the
hold on.
moving the
Armando,
goalpost.
they're not the ones out there.
But
Look, you
hold
don't
on.
see the
But hold on.
Asians, you don't
But
see
hold
the
on. Let me
Africans, you don't see
talk.
the
Let me talk.
Pakistanians, you don't see none of these other races of people tearing up California. All you see is these Mexicans tearing up the damn country.
You gonna let me finish? You gonna let me finish my statement? You gonna let me finish my statement? Nobody's gonna talk, right? You gonna let me finish my statement? Okay. Let's take y'all perspective. Okay. There's some that are marching that are doing it the legal way, and guess what he doing? He getting them out. Is that right? Is it right to say San Juan Marines and the National Guard?
How you know he don't have paperwork on them? How you know their stuff didn't
But
expire and
that
they're
ain't the
staying
question.
with you? Can
That
I
ain't the
finish?
question I
Can I
asked.
finish? Can I
That
finish?
ain't the question I
Can I
asked though.
finish? Can
That
I
ain't the question
finish?
I asked.
How do you not know? They say they legal. Okay, you could be legal as long as you have a green card, but once your green card expires, you're
You
no
ain't legal
longer
no more.
legal.
Hmm.
And a lot of these people have not renewed their green cards. And a lot of this stuff that he's pulling up is because there are expired green cards. Now,
Facts.
I've seen people that said, like DJ Academics with his dumb ass. He sat up here and told on his own mama. He told on his own mama on the whole internet. He got drunk and he said, "My mama married an American citizen to get a green card. And once the time was up, my mama dumped his punk butt." This is what DJ Academics did. So guess what? Because you did a marriage, you're still illegal.
But the thing is, they ain't the only one that doing it. See, what I'm trying to get you to see, try to get y'all to see, there's some ones that going through the proper channels to be legal, right? Going through the proper channels, and they still come to get them, picking them up, and send them to where they ain't from. They going through the legal channels. So,
D Truth. It don't
eh,
take
eh,
20 years to go through legal channels. This is the thing I'm
eh,
trying to explain to you. It don't take 20 years. It don't take that long. I have a friend named Gashia. She's from what's that Armenia. She her name is Gashia, and she went and she came here, and in 10 years, not 10 years, 5 years, she came a legal citizen. It don't take 20 years. It don't take 15
Well,
years.
well, how
It
long
don't
ago this
take 10
was?
years.
How
This
long
was
ago
years
this was?
ago. This was a
Okay,
while
then.
ago, but it's still the same process. It's still the same process. And it's more Mexican people out here that's angry because they're saying it didn't take that long for me to become a legal citizen. I did my paperwork. Instead of you going out buying cars and all this other shit, they took their money instead of buying luxury stuff. They took their money and put it into the legal process of becoming a legal citizen. Now, these people out here buying low riders, and you know, low riders are very expensive. They're buying all
Mm-hmm.
types of stuff that they don't need to have right now, and they're not going through the process of becoming a legal citizen. And so now that the boo boo done hit the damn fan, they want to say we've been going through the process. That's bullshit. Because when you pull up the file numbers and the dates do not coincide when you first got here. It's so many people that's been here for years that's done it the right way. You got Asian people be on their business. You got Europeans on their
Mm-hmm.
business. You got Africans on their business. Everybody is on their business except for them. Because when
Yep.
you look here, all you see is them throwing parties, quinceañeras. They doing all this stuff. They even getting welfare money. They got all this income coming in, baby after baby. And a lot of these people have taken that money and they've been paying a lawyer to get their legalization. So there's no damn excuse for them to still say that they shouldn't, oh, I can't get my paperwork. That's bullshit. They said, okay, I'm gonna go there. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing, and I'm gonna keep on living the way I want to live, and ain't nobody gonna move the goalpost. But guess what? Somebody moved the goalpost. Now they're scrambling. It's just a bunch of mess, and you just don't want to hear what I'm saying. I'm telling you, out
So,
here,
so
I'm
I hear what you're
seeing it.
saying. I hear
I hear
exactly
No,
what
what
I'm
you're
you're
talking
saying,
about
saying,
these
sister.
truth.
I'm on board with you.
but you saying that some of them not doing it the right way.
They're
You said,
not. They're not doing it.
A lot of
you
them
They're
are
said,
not
not.
doing it the right way. A
They're
lot
so,
of
not
them
so,
are not
going.
doing it the
hold on,
right
hold on,
way.
hold on. So you said all the ones that you named before are doing it the right way too.
She didn't say
Guess what?
all. She never
Guess
said
what?
all. She
But
never said all.
I
that's
got
an
neighbors.
assumption.
She
That's an
didn't
I got
say.
assumption.
She
neighbors.
never
I
said
got
A L L. Quit moving the goalposts, bro.
No,
I
no.
Quit
got
moving the
She
neighbors.
goalposts.
she say some. I said some of them are
I'm
doing it
saying
legal way.
majority of them they doing the
D
right thing.
true. D
Yeah,
true.
but
If
some
wait
of
a
them
minute,
not though.
hold
But
on.
some of them
If
not.
you met a lady right now, if you okay, let me put you in this
Yeah,
scenario.
but the problem
If
is you
you
got
met
90% of the Mexicans doing it wrong. That's the
right,
problem, bro. And
D
it's
true. If
taking damn money and food off our table. We
But
are
yep,
getting hit the hardest for it.
but guess what?
and then
Our
yes,
community are getting hit the
yes,
But
hardest for them
but guess
yes.
doing
what?
what they doing.
But
That's
guess
what you
what?
don't realize.
But guess what? Everybody paying attention to
That's
them.
why black folk need to quit playing Captain Save a hole for them people.
Yep.
Them
You
people
can
don't
get a
give a
2 year
damn about
visa.
us.
Yep.
They
You can
don't
get
give
a
a
two.
damn about
And look,
us.
I told him the story. My auntie works for
That,
Border Patrol, and my auntie told me, she said if they really they what they do is they run here and they say they're seeking asylum, but she said the same people that she see that says that they're seeking asylum at the border, you know, when you slide your ID and show them all that stuff, they keep a record. She said that they paid attention to how many times so-called people that are seeking asylum are going back and forth to their country over and over and over. If you seek an asylum, there's no way you should be going back to your country, especially if you came here and said that people are after you and going to take your life. If somebody was going to take my life from Mexico, there's no way in hell I'm going to go visit Mexico, because I could just be they could be at the daggone border waiting for me to cross and pluck me off. So it's a bunch of BS. You could get a 2 year visa. You could get other visas that's out here. You know, they're coming here and dropping their babies and all kinds of stuff. I'm telling you, you have no clue how bad it is in these democratic states where we're close to the border. Even I had a conversation with my son today, and he's like, they're nothing like the people that's coming over there. They're getting their paperwork done. He said they're on their crap in Texas. They're doing their thing in Texas. Texas ain't standing for it. And California, let me tell you something. This governor, we're short billions of dollars in our deficit, and he wants to charge us per mile to drive so that we can make up money to take care of these fucking illegals. Who says that I want to pay child support for some people that I haven't even invited to my country? Every time I turn around, stuff is going up because of them. If
Because
we
of them.
fall short on health care, they get free health care out here.
Mhm.
They get free housing out here. They get free transportation out here. They get to go and have free entertainment out here. When they go to get a car, they get a loan at maybe 2 to 3%. When our percentage is high as hell, they get a program where they can get a house and they don't have to pay the damn loan back. But let my black ass go and try to get a house. I'm gonna be paying that until I fart dust. And you don't seem to understand. It's not it's not all the illegals. The Mexican ones, if you say something about illegals, they the first ones that's screaming. You don't see the Africans out here. You don't see the Haitians. None of those people are out there acting a damn fool. None of them are tearing up stuff. Those people are like not flying their country's flags. They're not doing any of that. It's just them people
The
alone
Cubans,
that's
the
out there
Cubans aren't.
doing it.
You don't see the
Right,
Cubans
that's what I'm
doing
saying.
that either.
Hold on,
And all
hold on.
up and down TikTok, you got a bunch of south of the border, like people that's Mexican heritage. They're like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? You talking about screw America and you flying your flags, and these are Mexican people that's saying it, and they're saying no wonder Donald Trump want to get you out of here. You are embarrassing us, acting a fool the way you doing. And then he said, go on TikTok, you'll see it. It's all up and down the Mexicans telling these people out here how stupid they are, and these are their own race of people. So if their own race of people are against them and what they're doing, then you can't say nothing.
But I'm gonna ask y'all this question right here. How do y'all feel about Trump allowing 59 white South Africa in here to get benefits, free, clear everything, and we can't get it too, just like them illegals? Is that
You
fair?
talking about you talking about 59 people. 59
Hold
people.
on, hold on. But is that fair?
59 people ain't gonna hurt us compared to millions and millions of illegal.
But think about it, is that fair? That's still taken away, and they still talking about bringing some more.
That ain't number.
That's
people. We talking about
that's still
California
talking.
got
Ain't
20,
number
49 million.
Hold on.
Ain't
Y'all didn't hear what y'all didn't hear what I said. Did y'all didn't hear what I said? And they thinking about bringing some more over here.
You know what, D-Truth?
I'm only
Come
hearing
on now.
I'm only hearing the
I'ma say-
59. I ain't heard nothing about they bringing more.
Mondo,
Yeah, there's more. They're bringing more.
Right now, in the
Don't
here
like
and now,
me
they only
wrong.
talking about 59. You talking about 59 compared to 10 million that
But, hey,
Kamala allowed
more
over
than
here
10 million.
in the
It was
last
more
4
than
years.
that.
Bro, stop, man. Come on now.
But thing is, they still getting what we're not getting.
Oh
See what I'm
my
saying?
God. You know
Man,
what?
10 million is greater than damn 59, bro. Come on now. Mr. Valley High graduate. Come on now.
But hold on. But hold on. But you're not understanding. You're not understanding, are you?
Yeah, we
You
understand.
no. A million. Look, so who cares? Is a million or 59? Who cares? Who cares? Is that no? But
That's a
guess
whole
what?
lot less
But
than
guess what?
20,
Hold on.
30
I guarantee you.
A whole lot less.
If look, them 59 get
lot
free
less.
house, getting the free care,
Whole
get
lot
free.
less.
Let me get in.
We still not getting it.
Let me get in. Hold on. Let me get in here and make a statement. Hold on.
That some of these folks, some of our people need it.
Let me get in. Hold on.
So in other words, so that's not wrong either.
Hold on.
Is that wrong? Is that wrong?
Let me get in here and make a statement. Okay. Let me get in here and make a statement. All right. See, you sound like the Munchkin people over there. They be moving the goalposts on me. Let me break down the gun line to you, my brother.
Please
So it's
do.
wrong. So either way it's wrong. So either way it's wrong.
Hold on, let me get in. Let somebody else talk.
So it's okay for the 59 to come get free shit. We still don't get none.
Let me answer the damn question. You gonna let me answer
Mongo,
the
let's do
damn
this
question?
on your channel.
First,
Let's do this on your channel
first
because he
thing
don't let
first.
nobody talk.
First thing first. First thing first. You're not going to sell me on the fact that 59 is the same
So it's
as
fair.
damn 10. Hold on, let me
It's
finish.
still fair,
You're
right?
not,
It's still
hold
fair,
on,
right?
let me, hold
It's
on,
fair.
hold on,
Is it
hold on,
fair?
hold on. Let me finish.
Is it fair?
You're not going to do this. You're not
Is
going
it
to
fair?
sell me
Is
on
it
the fact.
fair?
Hold on.
Is it
Can I
fair?
talk?
Is it fair?
Can
Is it
I
fair?
talk, please?
Yes or no?
Can I
Yes
talk?
or no? That's a yes no question.
No, it ain't no
That's a
damn
yes
or no question.
yes
No,
no
it ain't.
question.
It took you 30 minutes to ask the damn question. Now let me finish and answer the damn question. All right? Talking about some damn yes or no. It took you 30 minutes to ask it. Now listen. All right?
You know it ain't fair.
Hold up. Listen. Where was all this energy when Obama was doing it? When Obama was deporting folks left and right till this
Hello.
day, even what Trump is doing now, right now, currently, Obama ranks as the highest, as the president
Yes.
that has the highest deportations. Where was
Yes,
the
he
energy?
does.
Where was the outrage? Why
I'm
wasn't
telling you.
nobody mad at Obama? It's
I'm telling you
all
why.
about
I'm
because it's Trump.
telling you why.
Because it's
You
Trump.
asked the question, right?
Let me
You asked the
finish. I ain't
question.
done talking.
You
Man.
asked the question.
You was up
You
here
asked the
30
question.
minutes before I got up here, man. You gonna let me talk? Come on, man. Let me land the plane.
Go ahead and land the plane. You talking too long. You're long-winded.
This ain't just for you. This right here is more about damn Donald Trump. Because it's Donald Trump. All right, it's all about who you like. It ain't about what's right. You know damn well, bro, they are squatting in our country. They doing the same thing. Let me tell you what they doing. Remember them ranchers out there in Nevada? Remember them ranchers out there in Nevada that was trying to hold property hostage illegally? They doing the same damn thing, but they doing it in larger numbers. But black folks were Jerome, yeah, get them out of there. Get them rednecks out of there. Yeah, get them out of there, Obama. Get them out of there. Send the National Guard. Nobody have no problem with people were high-fiving and electric sliding and doing the Dougie and everything. They were celebrating when Obama got their ass up out of there. But now that Trump wants to clean up Southern California and where it's a high population of illegals, it's a problem. Come on now.
But hold on.
It's all about who you like and not about what's right. Because it's Trump, you got a problem with it. But if it was Kamala or if it was Obama,
he wouldn't say
Obama was deporting them left and right. He
was
deporting them left and right.
But hold on, you asked the question.
Now, come on.
You asked the question.
They have no energy for them.
But hold on. You didn't see him doing it though, did you? You didn't see him go. Hold on. You asked the question.
Have you? I ain't seen nobody get deported.
Hold on. You asked the question. You asked the question, right? You asked the question, right?
I don't see that on the news.
Hold on. You hadn't seen ICE just come grabbing people off the street when he was deporting people, did you?
Yes, he did. You know who I saw. Hold on. You know who I saw get it done too.
Not like this.
And I told you, our yard person when we first moved out here, Obama was the president in 2011. The yard guy that we had from 2011, 2012, 2013, and 14, he disappeared. Come to find out from his family, he goddamn deported by Obama. There you go. And he was a good man. But Obama got his ass up out of here.
But he ain't do it like this. See, look, see, what thing you feel about Trump here? He want
only because it's Trump. Only because it's Trump.
Look here. So hold on. It's Trump, Obama
was the darling. Obama was the darling and got reelected. And he got reelected in 2012. 2012 still ranks as the year where we had the highest mass deportations in American history. 2012, his election year.
But hold on.
Mitt Romney by a damn landslide, man. Come on. Stop the cap.
So other word.
Turning you on.
So Obama and Donald Trump is the only one that did deportation, right? They're the only president that did that, right?
I said Obama did the most.
The highest.
And he has the highest. Look it up. Google
Yeah,
it
he
but
has
while
the
we live.
highest.
Google it while we live.
but
Obama
the
has the
problem,
highest.
A lot of a lot
Obama
of
has the highest
presidents.
deportations.
Yes, a lot of presidents did deport people,
okay then,
but
okay then.
You
Obama was the
can't throw down
highest
with
Well,
your
okay
ever.
then.
politics,
Okay,
bro.
okay
You
then.
can't throw
That's what
down
I'm
with
trying to
your
say.
politics,
That's what
bro.
I'm trying
Come
to
on,
say.
man.
That's what
You
I'm
can't
trying to
throw
say.
Obama
down with
was
your
the
So
politics,
highest
now, True.
ever.
You know that now. You
so
know that
so
now.
so so other words,
Obama was the
uh,
highest ever.
but the problem I have with this, you send military over there where they at,
They
right?
needed. They were attacking people.
You
They
But
got
were
a
hold on, hold
problem
on.
hurting
because it's Trump,
people.
man. Stop it.
No,
D
no,
Truth,
no, no,
D
they
Truth,
the problem.
a
But no, hold on.
baby. D Truth,
So,
hold on. You talking about you like kids? These fools attacked a woman that had a kid and the kid head
Yes.
was bleeding.
but
They
hold on, but
attacked
hold
a
on. But how
kid.
many of the white
They out here
supremacists did that
graping.
marching
They out here
and
graping.
did?
Remember D Truth what's going on here in Georgia. And all these sex traffickings. Who's the main perpetrators of them? It's them doggone illegals.
Yep.
What happened to that? When the last time the Amber Alert went off, when that girl got hauled and snatched up in that damn van, who was behind that? Them illegals.
But look, remember that dude Abrego with Garcia, the one that they sent to El Salvador? They got the camera footage of him. They was talking about he's a good guy. This dude was smuggling and sex trafficking people, and they have his rap sheet. And they went and they actually bought his butt back to America, which I felt is so disrespectful because this man was sex trafficking, all the sex crimes out here. A lady was sitting at the park recently minding her business, and some dude came and took it from her, if you get what I'm saying. But a lot of the crimes that's happening out here, you could tell it's all Latinos. We never ever had stores that have been broken in, so many. Every day you look on the news, it's a high speed chase. You look on the news, somebody breaking into somebody's business, they breaking into somebody's houses, they are taking a girl's virginity, or a woman's body by force. And it's all these illegal immigrants, and what they do is when they know that the cops is after them, they take off back to Mexico and they try to stay until they think the heat is off. They come over here with their violent behavior. This is the stuff that they are allowed to do in their country, so they're not assimilating to our ways in our country. And
Mm-mm.
they're coming over here, and like, I saw a documentary from El Salvador, and they had the English dub over it, and the reporter was like talking, translating, and they were saying she panned the camera, and down the street was some guys beating a dog snot out of this woman. They beat her and they left her in the street, and she said, "You're not going to help." He said, "No, that's something that goes on all the time. I mean, we do this. This is our culture." So if that's your culture, you leave it there. You can't bring that to a place that has laws. You can't do that. And the reason why a lot of people don't like the Latinos is because they come here and they're more violent. They grape women. They feel like they have a right to take a woman because that's what they do in their country, and that's not right. I'm not saying every last one of them, but it's not right. Like I said before, and I'll repeat myself again, when they get into jobs, I was working in a job where I had years and I was doing a good job, and they transferred another supervisor from another building over to my building. And I heard them talking, and the one girl was my friend. She was Latino, and she was saying that she wanted her daughter to get a job and start making money. I didn't know that they were targeting me. They targeted me, and I end up, losing my job. And so I said, okay, no problem. The program that I was running, after I left, everybody was saying that it went down the hill. I said, well, that's because what they did to me was wrong. So it used to be a rainbow. We used to call our building the Rainbow Building because we had all races of people in our building. But when that one supervisor came in, And we went back, it was nothing but Mexican people. It was no blacks, it was no whites, it was no Asians, it was no other race up in that building except for nothing but Mexicans. And you're telling me that nobody else could do the job except for Mexicans. When you go to the doctor offices out here, you may see one black person. There are multiple qualified black people that can work these offices, but they got Latinos in here. And the law out here in California is if there's one person that does not speak Spanish, you are not allowed to speak Spanish, but they do it anyway. So they totally disregard what is supposed to be done. And no, and the Democrats here are not stopping them. And like my son was telling me where he is, they can't come there and kick black people out that's been qualified and that's been working. It's only here in California. And I'll say it again. The protest was peaceful until the officials that are in office told them to fight with the authorities. So the authorities not only need to go to jail, but every last person that attacked these officers need to go to jail as well and be deported and not be able to come back to this country. So nobody is yelling when he said illegals. None of the Africans started yelling. None of the Haitians started yelling. None of the Middle Eastern people started yelling. The only people that started yelling and screaming were the Mexican people. So that lets you know they know that they're wrong for what they were doing. That's all I gotta say.
See, I understand your point, right? Okay. What if I'm looking at
Yes, Langston Riley. Yes.
I'm looking at right here, like this right here. If they told them to do it, right? Okay, they should go to jail, and the people that do it should go to jail, right? And the ones that doing things the right way and not doing all of that, right? And so be it, they have family members, right, that are illegal, right? But they are legal. Should they be caught up in that? Should they be caught up in all that other stuff? Like, say, when the march for Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, all that stuff went on, right? And there was some peaceful protest, some people doing it peacefully, but got caught up in it, got snatched up, got beanbagged, got all that stuff. You see what I'm saying? But what I got a problem with, you put de-escalation, they put de-escalation in there, then force. Okay, which one are you going to use first, the force or de-escalation?
They tried the de-escalation. D-Truth is what I'm saying.
Yeah, they
So
tried that first.
what happened was you had the police that were coming out, and you know what an overpass is. While the police were driving to go to the scene, they were throwing bricks, scooters, signpost and everything through at the police car. They were throwing bricks at them. They was just being like, they got videos of all this stuff, and the police wasn't even at the scene. They were on their way, and these people were attacking the vehicles. And it was a policeman. He stopped at the light so that he wouldn't hit anybody. And they started taking objects and busting the windows out of the police car. So if you're sending the police there to do a barricade to stop them from harming innocent people, and they're being 100% violent against those people, then my thing is, how can you say that it was peaceful? It was peaceful once the police got where they were, and they were starting to block the people off to protect the innocent people. Then they started getting more violent because they wanted to continue to hurt innocent people. And when you talk about if I'm a legal citizen and I have a cousin that is an illegal immigrant, as an American citizen, I should know that I should get my cousin over here the right way, so that way my cousin won't have to look over their back. I should get my cousin over here the right way, so in case something go down, they won't be targeted and pulled into office, or to the ICE office. A lot of these people have come here. They, like I said, they have visas. They've started the process of the paperwork too late. When you touch down, they give you a court date. A lot of these people do not show up at the court date where they can make their request made known to the judge. There are so many of them that did not go to their court date because they were afraid that they would get a, like, no, you don't have grounds to, stay here and seek asylum. Instead of that, I would have went anyway and took my chances, and I would have said, okay, I'm gonna go back to Mexico, I'm gonna do it again, so this time I won't have to worry about getting caught up. A lot of them started the process and dropped the ball. They didn't show up to court. They put out warrants on them, and they're like, because of the sanctuary city, they're able to, not be responsible to take care of their business. So this
I'm
is
actually,
why even the ones that you say are legal citizens, if they look closely and investigate their paperwork, I guarantee you they did not finish or complete the process. So you can't say that they're legal if the paperwork is not completed.
but yeah, I'm glad you said some, because there's some that paperwork are legitimate. But then how
Did you? Can
long?
I
You
ask you a
didn't
question?
hear what I said. You didn't hear what I said. They're
I'm
not
asking the question.
Can
legitimate.
I?
If they
Let
were
me. Let me.
legitimate, they wouldn't
That,
get
that,
caught
that,
up.
Let me.
but
Let me get
but
it. Let me.
but that
Right.
that are legitimate still getting caught up. You see what I'm saying?
Let me
No,
ask
they're
you a
not.
question, Did you?
Yeah,
Did
they
you?
are.
Did you? Did you? Can I please ask you a question? All right. Remember that live stream you did when we was on Facebook? Okay. You went down. You went downtown. You got off work. You went downtown. You set up the tripod and you did a live. You had like 300, 400 people in the chat. I forgot. I think it was something that had happened in early 2021. It was a winter time. I remember that. It was something that had happened. Some police shooting or whatever. You went you went to the demonstration. All right. You were down there. It was a peaceful demonstration. But if it would have went left, if people would have started acting fool, throwing stuff, burning stuff and everything, would you have stayed?
Oh, to get
Would
the
you have
footage.
stayed?
Yeah, yeah, to get the footage. But the
No,
thing
would
is,
you have stayed, or would you have went and left to make sure nothing happened to you, bro? Because you can live another day to get footage and
yeah.
content. You ain't finna die for no content.
But thing is, I look at it. I look at it. I understand what y'all saying, right? I understand what y'all saying. But some of those people that were doing that, they were agitators. They were agitators. See what I'm saying? Because we can't say all. We can't put all those people lump all us in the same category. Feel what I'm saying?
D True.
Okay.
If you
But
would have
But
remember,
seen the
but
footage,
remember Dr. King's last march in Memphis. You had some agitators that the
yeah, that was saying.
the three initials planted some agitators in Dr. King's march to
Oh
try to
yeah.
make him look bad. When that happened, what did they do? What did Andy Young them do? They shut it down. They separated. They got Dr. King, Abernathy, John Lewis, all of them. They left. They left. They tried to say that Dr. King ran like a he separated. He got his peaceful demonstrators and told them, "Hey, shut it down. Let's get out of here." That's what you do.
I'm together. How long had that governor been governor of California?
he's been
He's
governor.
terrible. He got to be one of the worst
I
governors
forgot
they ever
exactly
had.
how long, but let me break something down to you. I need everybody to hear me and hear me good. We are not for the illegals. Everybody, they keep putting on the news saying that California is for the illegals and we side with them. No, we do not. That is the news lying to you guys, telling you guys we want them gone just as bad. For some reason, I don't know where it is and where it is, but we have voted this man out to be recalled so many times. And for some reason, we don't know who's pulling the strings. We can't tell you because people are still investigating who's pulling the strings so that this man cannot be recalled. We have voted over and over and over and over to recall him, and whoever he is paying, or they, you know what I'm saying, they are not allowing him to be recalled. They're stopping it at all costs
You
because we want him out of office. We want him gone. There's so even the Mexican people here want him gone. He is tearing this state up. This
You,
state is becoming a shithole.
you,
It is becoming disgusting. You
you,
got so many homeless people that it's like you got people,
you
veterans that fought wars and stuff. They put them out of their homes to put these illegals in these places. They get these places are very expensive, and we're paying for these people to
together.
live a comfortable. Yes.
Let me tell you what's going on out there. Okay, my brother lives out. He's been out there for like 40 some years. And for what this is what he's telling me. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the census, especially out there in Southern California. Latinos are becoming the majority out there in California. In the parts where the voting power counts the most, the Latinos are becoming the majority. Okay, and then you add that in with the liberals, the hardcore progressive liberals that just vote for anything liberal. They see Mexicans and the illegals being allowed over here. They see that as being progressive. They see that as being liberal. Okay, and then you add in the Asians. The Asians, they're gonna rock with the Democrats, and after what Biden did for them with their hate crimes bill, they're gonna rock with the liberals for many years to come. So that's what you're up against. That is why that governor, you ain't gonna be able to get him up out of there. But hey, it could be worse, because if he ain't in there, you know who gonna get in there.
Oh, he
Kamala.
talking about running for president now.
He
Gavin
ain't gonna
Newsom talking
win no
about
damn. He ain't getting nowhere near that damn White House. But I think Kamala may be y'all next governor.
it's another guy that's running, and he's getting a strong push because a lot of people are really tired. Even the Latino people that's here, they're tired, and it's just it's tiresome. I don't think she's a drunk. Every time she show up, her ass is drunk,
If
and
they
they're
let
talking
if
about
they
that
let
too.
Arnold if they let Arnold Schwarzenegger out there as governor, they'll elect any damn body. I'm just
Yeah,
telling you.
Kamala Harris ain't
So
shit.
I
She's a
wouldn't be
drunk.
surprised. Don't be surprised together now. When they elected that year, they elected damn Arnold Schwarzenegger. I like, man, they'll elect anybody as governor. Hell, I could
Yep.
probably go out there and run and get elected.
Yep, you probably can. It's just I don't know, but it's a lot of Republicans out here. That's why I say we don't know what's going on and
In Northern,
who's
y'all gonna
blocking
have to
it.
divide. Y'all gonna have to divide. This is another thing my brother is saying. It's the people upstate in Northern California in the Bay Area, they want to break off and have their own California. So I say my prediction is probably in the next 10, maybe 20 years, you may have it's gonna California is gonna become like the Carolinas. You're gonna have a North California and a South California.
We already got it. It's just not
I'm
broken. Southern and Northern.
like you got a South Dakota and a North Dakota. I'm talking about official. I ain't talking about no imaginary line. I'm talking about a real state that's going to be named North California, South California.
And I'm gonna tell you something. When it gets to the point where they have all them Democrats, whatever portion they make
They're going to
Democrat,
be in the South.
I
They're going to be in the
no,
South.
listen. What I'm saying is I feel sorry for them because they're gonna be crying and begging because of the stuff that's gonna happen. They're gonna be crying and begging because it's gonna go to a whole nother level. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real bad. I'm telling you, it's gonna be real bad.
A lot of people getting up out of there. A lot of people moving to Nevada because Nevada is kind of turning more red. Like Alpha
Nevada
said.
got a lot of them. They got a lot of them illegals there too.
But majority of them, a lot of them are they're legal. It ain't as bad as
I'm
California.
not going to no damn Utah. I'm not going to Nevada. It's hot as hell. I could barely deal
Yeah,
with
it's
the
hot in
California
Cali.
heat.
California
It's
burning.
better.
You
It's
don't get
better
no
than the.
hotter than that.
Yes, it do. Nevada gets up in the high triple digits. Is you crazy?
Oh yeah, I know, but I'm saying they don't have no wildfires like California. Is what I'm saying.
They
It
have a
ain't.
lot of floods out there. I'm not going out there. I had family out there. When it floods bad. And when they flood, everything's locked down. No, thank you. I rather move to the red part.
Which is Northern California.
I'll move to the red part.
That's the red part.
Like I said, I'll move to the red part.
That's the red part. If you trying to
Hmm.
get that, yeah, up there, Berkeley and all of that area, Sacramento, that's the red area right there.
Yeah, it's bad out here. They burning cars, and it's real bad. And now the president of Mexico told them to come back home. I was
Why they
like,
don't
man,
why they don't want to build their own country? That's the $1 million
because it's
question, D. True.
easy. That's what I said. I said, how you come here and make demands, but you won't even fight for your own country? That's the part that gets me. That you won't do it
Facts.
in your own country. That's the part that I don't understand. You gotta, and even Donald Trump told them, I'll even
Uppercut.
help you. I will even help you guys. Moving to the red part.
Apple crazy. Apple wilding out. But I tell you, but the chat undefeated, man.
But what I'm saying is Donald Trump even told them, if you go back home and you need our help, we would definitely help you guys, to stabilize your country. But they don't want to do that. They want to come here because they can get free money. In their country, they can't get free money. They can't get free housing. Nobody's going to give them anything. And that's what they want. They want, and like I said, like you got these Latinos out here, they have the same last name, and they pretend like, they're not married, and they're getting full benefits, and the husband is in the house, he's working gardening, construction, and all that stuff, or she's married and they're taking his child support out of his money, and they sending it right to her house, and he's cashing the check with her, and they out there getting food stamps, Medi-Cal, you name it. I mean, they are working this system like G.I. Joe with a kung fu grip.
D. True. Why they don't want to build their own country?
He researching why.
Mm. They waving Mexican flags and everything. Shoot, they
Yeah,
repping Mexico's
they
burning
burning
American
American
flags. So
flags.
why not? Why
Yep,
not go back
setting
down there
stuff
and
on
build their country?
fire.
Mm-hmm.
Setting stuff on fire and everything. And you know what? I know we're not supposed to say the word, but a Mexican person, they'll look at you and call you a ninja in a minute. As soon as you punch them in their damn mouth for it, then they want to act like a victim. I mean, they just
Mm-hmm.
really nasty with it. You worse than me. How you going? And then, like, you got people that's been here 30 years. How do you come to somebody's country and not one lick of English is learned in 30 years? You don't know one lick of English, and this lady
No,
was
they, they
asking
they
me.
don't know English when they in trouble.
Yeah.
When
No,
they
they
when
don't
you
know
ask them a
English at
question, they don't
all.
want to answer. Then they say, "Me no speak no English."
No, no, it's not
No
even that.
comprende.
It's not even that.
I
No,
know what
it's
the
No
girl
not
talking
even them.
comprende.
It's not
Like that
even
fool
them
tell a
being in
bounty hunter
trouble.
D. No comprende. No comprende.
But hey, I'm gonna tell you this right here. The bottom line to it is, I don't care what country you from. If you fucking up this country, we got enough problem as it is with us. All the legal got to get the hell on. I don't care what country you from. Get the hell on. Some of
Exactly.
some of these legal motherfuckers need to get the hell on too. I don't
Hey,
care what it is. Send them. Hey, send them to El Salvador. Send
yep.
some of these papers. Send some of these papers. The domestic abuser. Send them down to go.
I agree. Them fools I would have in Guantanamo Bay.
No, send them to
You
El
You know,
Salvador.
you
Send
you
them to El
you
you
know
Salvador.
what?
Big
you
prison.
grape a woman. You grape a woman. You put your hands on a woman. I will send your ass to Guantanamo Bay for a couple of
But
years.
but wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is what I would do. If
Uh
I was
oh.
in charge, yes.
Oh
If I
Lord,
was
here
in
you go.
charge, if I was in
You
charge,
talking about
hear
cutting
me and
folk?
hear
Talking
me
about
well. I
cutting
will
folk
take
stuff
his,
off.
I
Oh
will
man, that
cut it
hurt.
off. I will cut it off, and I
Big
will
girl
throw it
talking
in
about
some acid.
big girl talking about
Guess
That's
chapel
enough
what?
folk
right to
for
bop it.
Hey, you
Loretta
should.
Bobby.
Hey, no, but you had no business graping nobody. You won't do it again.
Hey,
So why not take care of the problem? If you can't control
Together, we ain't trying
your
to. Together,
man
we ain't
member,
trying to chop nobody up,
no.
baby.
If you
hey,
can't,
but hold on.
no, first of
See,
all, hold on a second. What about the man that grapes a woman when he forces himself and he rips her up and she might have problems for the rest of her life? So what do you do then? I will cut that son of a gun off and I'll throw it in some acid. Guess what? When he get out, he won't be
My
graping nothing
God.
else.
nah, okay,
It's
I got a
bad
question.
enough you done cut it off. That by God. Come out throwing
But
it in
I'm
there.
cutting it off. The only
hey,
thing you're
hey,
gonna have is two bells.
I got a question for you. Together.
What?
What would you do to a woman you found out she did that to a man?
Sew it up.
Damn,
You asked, I told. Sew it up.
damn.
Sew it up.
Man,
Sew
let me
it
just
up.
say something. Look, man, look, bro, ain't no, look, man, you can't grape the willing. Man, it ain't look, it ain't that ain't happening often, man. That might happen once in the damn freaking blue moon,
But it
and
happens, bro.
nine ten out of ten, it happened to a little boy, a kid, and there ain't no grown man getting took by no woman out here. Now, come on now.
Hey,
Well,
but
I gave him an answer though. So, like I said, to alleviate the problem, there's a part of India where a man raped a woman and they had took it off. They took it off and they had an interview with him and they was talking to him and he was wondering why he was in so much pain and he was very arrogant to my she knows she wanted it. She wanted it. They say no don't mean nothing to you. Well, that was just her fighting because she knows she wanted it. So at the end of the day, when he finally sat up in his hospital bed, he felt down there. They took his package, and I think that's what needs to happen when these people. And it has to be factual. It can't be she said it because she mad at him. It has to be real evidence to prove that this man raped her before you do something to that extreme. I'm not just going to do it because she said, oh, he raped me. You could be mad at him because he didn't want you, because he rejected you and broke up with you, or he saw you cheating, and then you want to say that this man did this to you. It would be more in depth of me doing research first before I took that step. So that
yeah.
way I ain't got to worry about you graping nobody else because you don't know how to control your male member. Just like in Dubai, if you steal something, they cut your hand off. They're not gonna sit up here and worry about how you gonna live. You shouldn't have
Oh Lord,
stole.
no, hold on. She didn't say
Together,
Dubai.
how about this? How about this? Okay, all right. How about this? You do know they have some things that you can give a man where where that don never works again. Where that damn
Okay,
thing will
then you
never
okay
where that
then
damn thing will never work again. You do know
okay
that.
then I'll do that then, and then
Okay.
if it's extreme, I'll cut it off.
You know what I'm saying? Because
I,
you
Well, if
know
it don't work, you might as well cut it off. It's just going
well,
you're gonna
I
be
mean, all right, so how the hell you gonna urinate? How the hell man gonna
well, he gotta
urinate?
sit down. He
You might
gotta
well
sit
you
down
might
like a
well go and
woman.
execute him. You might well go and execute him. If he ain't able to urinate, he gonna die anyway.
hey,
Well,
well,
that's not my problem.
hey,
He should
Mono,
have thought about it before he graped somebody.
Mono, I got a question for. I want to see how she answers this. Okay, Eh, eh, you know where I'm finna go with
No,
this.
hold on. Before you ask that question, I just want to answer something Apple said. When I was saying that the young boys the only one get took by women, he said them be the luckiest boys on earth. Not if the woman look like got done. If the woman look like Megan Thee Stallion or Ice Spice or something, yeah. But what if she look like Awesome Kong?
Rasputia
What if she
or
look like Awesome Kong or Piper?
Rasputia. Rasputia.
Lord have
Uh-huh.
mercy. Oh Lord have mercy.
He ain't so lucky then, is he? Is he, Alpha?
Oh Lord have mercy. But
Okay, what's
then
the
put up at
question?
all
Go
right.
ahead.
Let's say a man not paying child support, not
Okay.
paying child support, not not spending time with the child.
Okay.
Would you make a law for the man not have nothing to do with the child if you're not doing that?
Okay. Here's the thing. If the man is not paying child support, he's not being active in the child's life, it has to be where he is just like totally ignoring the child, right? If
Yeah.
that's the case. My thing would be he will have no contact with that child until that child gets of age where his mother could explain to him. I would also provide counseling for that child because that's where the first abandonment issue will start.
Okay.
When your father leaves you, I would put that child in counseling, and I would talk to them, and I would make a law against her trashing that dad, because there could be many reasons why that father can't pay child support. There could be many reasons why that father is not around the mother. It could be the mother is making it difficult, or he doesn't make enough money, or he's disabled in some way where he only gets enough money, to take care of himself right now. We don't know what the reason is, but if he's a baller and he's not doing it, then my consequences would be to garnish his wages and make sure that that child is provided for. Same with
Okay.
the mother.
What if he providing, but not on child support, providing, and the mother is keeping the child away from
What do you mean, like he's providing, like he's paying child support?
him? He providing clothes, shoes, and all that stuff, providing for the child.
And I will put it into law that as long as he's providing and he can show receipts that he's doing enough to help her, like if he's cutting out the school bill, like if she had to buy school clothes for the year, and every time the kid needs something new he's doing it, then I would tell her, okay, his circumstances is not that good. As long as he's providing something for that kid, then I would not allow her to keep that kid away from him, because there could be many reasons why he cannot physically provide for her. But if he's just a deadbeat daddy, then we would have to talk about other ways to make him responsible.
Eh, And I see your point on that one too. If can't support them financially, but can't support the child financially, but can support them as being there when the
I'll take
child
that.
needs it. You see what I'm saying?
I'll take that. I'll take
But
that. If he,
but
let's say daddy doesn't have a job and mommy's working, and he's watching the kid, I would call and find out how much does it cost for child care, how much does it cost for, like, say I had to work the night shift, how much would it cost for child care at night, and I will weigh that out and say, okay, you watch the kid, it equals out to this amount, so we good. That's
mm,
me.
yeah. What would you do to a female? What would you do to a female? And turns out not to be the guy's child that she claims that's on the birth certificate. How would you handle that?
First of all, it depends if she has other kids, and if she doesn't. If she has other kids, I would like her, let's say she's off on the weekends, right? I would make her work in a program on the weekends so that she can start paying that man back his money. After she pay him back, then I don't want to take the mother out of the house yet, but I will wait a certain amount of time where the kids are self-sufficient, and I will put her ass in jail.
Mm-mm. Nope. Ask me that same question, Deidre.
You're gonna take her away from her young kids if she
Mm-mm.
has other kids?
I'm going to show you what I'm getting ready to do. Ask me the same question, Deidre.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do, Mondo?
Incarcerating her is off the table. Okay, because I agree with you. The kids need their mother. But what I will do is I will handle it like the IRS will handle it. Okay, because see, if you are if you're claiming that this certain man is your child's father and you're getting government assistance for it, yeah, you're scamming the guy, but you're also scamming the government as well, the county.
Right.
So just like if anybody else, if you or me was to scam the government, we'll get a letter
Mm-hmm.
asking for restitution. So she will
Mm-hmm.
have to pay restitution. Ain't no weekend worker because that's gonna take damn forever.
Mm-hmm.
Then that man shouldn't have to wait no damn another 18 years or 20 years for her to work weekends and come up with no. We're gonna garnish her check.
Yep.
Well, what if she's
She gonna
not
have to
able to
get out.
take
She
care of
gonna
her
get her ass.
kids?
She got to get her ass out there and get a job.
Another job?
She gonna have to get her ass out there and get a job. She got to make
So
restitution
how's
off
she
of.
gonna take care of her kids if she's constantly, like, if she already has a job? What if she doesn't get government assistance and she's
She
working a
need to quit
job?
playing games and find the real damn father so we can help her get him and put his butt on child support.
There
You
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 go.
you
Okay,
feel
so
what's
then
wrong with this?
so
She's
So then
still
that goes into my rules. Then now, Mondo and D True, if you get pregnant and you go to the hospital and you claim that this man is your baby's daddy, from this day forward, like if I got into office from this day forward, then the man that you claim is your baby's dad, I would do a DNA test on him and find out right away. I will require it right after birth.
who
That
gonna
way, it'll
pay for
cut
all that?
down men. Who?
Who
Her.
gonna who gonna who gonna no who gonna well if she can't afford no D, you know how much a DNA costs?
They, you know what? The government pays for it and then make you pay it back if he's not the father.
And do you know how many people you think gonna be able to pay it back?
Was
These
she
people
gonna
out
have
here
to find a
struggling
way?
nowadays.
Was she gonna have to find a way? Because if he's not the daddy, it'll nip
We
down
gonna
him
end
having
up footing
later
the
on.
bill. That's gonna be another added expenses to
Well,
taxpayers. We
guess
gonna
what?
end up footing the
You
bill
know what?
together.
No, not everybody's going to be broke. Not everybody is not capable of paying. You have women that are capable of paying. Look at her, like if she got like 4 or 5 kids, you know she clocking in money. So guess what? If that DNA test costs like $500, guess what? I'm chopping it out. I'm taking it out of your AFDC or whatever you call it every month. I'm taking some of that money out of your check every month to pay it back. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. If they
You
Okay.
overpay
you
you,
knew
if they overpay you in welfare, if they overpay you in welfare, they will send you a letter and they will
mm,
tell you we're taking XYZ per month so that you can pay back the overpayment. And you have to
Uh,
readjust all the shit you've been doing.
hold on.
uh,
You knew Jerry's not around anymore. Jerry gone. Jerry
hey,
been
but
gone like a good 2 years.
this is two part. This is two questions, right? Is it right? Is it right to lock up a man for not paying child support? If you lock him up, you still ain't gonna get
No,
no
I
child
don't think
support.
it's right. That's what I'm saying. Why lock him up when if he in jail he can't make no money? And if
That
he's having a problem getting a job, if you want him to pay child support, provide something for him to work. Put a program together so that he can work and pay off that child support. If he can't find one on his own or he don't have the skills, do something.
I
Okay.
never understood. Hold up, did you? I never understood the logic of locking up a man for child support. But I will say this.
Dumb.
I will say this, the truth. If he gets, let's say, 3 years behind,
Mm-hmm.
2 years, some like that, yeah, he should go to jail. Because he's
Mm-hmm.
not trying. He just basically abandoned the woman and the child. He ain't trying to do
Mm-hmm.
nothing. So if a
Mm-hmm.
dude just run around 2, 3, 4 years and ain't paid a dime of child support, hell yeah, his ass need to go damn should go to damn prison and see.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Here's another question to both of y'all into the chat. Who should be able to claim the kids on their taxes? The mother
Whoever's
that's sitting
paying
home,
child support.
yeah, the mother that's sitting at home getting assisted,
Nope.
or the man that working.
Nope. Nope. The man that's working that's paying child support should be able to claim them children. Period.
I
Armando.
don't know, man. I'm kind of split on that one because see, y'all forget. Hold up. Y'all forgetting one thing now. Y'all forgetting one thing. The woman is the one that has to put up with the BS. She has to deal with the yelling and the screaming and the fighting, the kids fighting. She has to get them up in the morning and get them ready for school and get their hair
But
done
Armando,
and wash their clothes and press their clothes and clean up
no.
and wipe
But she
their ass
getting
and all of that.
welfare
You know what I'm
though.
saying? The
She
mother
don't
have to
need
do.
no. She don't need no
Being
income tax
a
money.
house mom, got that ain't no easy work now. Come on
Yeah,
now.
but if she's getting government assistance, she shouldn't be able to file no damn taxes.
No,
That
I
don't make
mean,
no sense.
I feel like the man should be the one that files. I mean, that files. But however, however, I feel like, and this is only fair. Okay, I hear what you're saying together, but this is only fair. A portion of that I mean, you should break the mother off a portion of that check. Like say like if the father is getting his tax return gonna be 5,000. What's wrong with giving the mother 1,000?
I ain't giving her shit.
Man, y'all hard.
Hold
Y'all hard.
on, hold on. I'm gonna read what
Y'all
Alpha
hard.
said.
Y'all
The only
hard.
logic to locking, the only logic to locking the end up is that some men won't work or we only work under the table jobs to avoid child support.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. And I'm gonna
I'm
ask you a
gonna
question
drop
right here.
down, you guys. I'm gonna drop down. Thanks for letting me up.
Okay.
Hey,
Hey,
thank
you
you for
be
your
careful
insight.
out there together. Be careful out there. Just
Hey,
try to avoid going out as much as possible, man. Stay in.
I
hey,
am. Thank you guys. I am.
hey, don't
We're
go
gonna be
nowhere near
praying
that.
for you.
Don't go
I
nowhere
won't.
near that. Cause guess what? You go somewhere near that, they get hurt you. Guess what? Here we come.
I'm
You ain't
staying in the
lying.
house.
I'll make a trip out there. I sure
I'm
will.
staying in. I'm staying in the house.
And look,
That ain't my fight.
and keep Roscoe close by the pillow. You know what
Oh,
you know
Roscoe, real
about
close to
Roscoe.
me. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
He right there. He right
Yeah.
here.
them
I ain't
fools,
gonna keep.
hey, look, man, them
You
fools,
hear him?
hey, look, them
You
fools,
hear him?
they ain't
You
going
hear
out
him?
with a, huh?
Did you hear him? I
Let
was
hear
just
that
banging
sound
him.
again. Okay, all
All
right, you know what I'm
right.
talking about.
Okay.
Make sure you have the clip full and one in the damn chamber. Goddamn, you gotta
Man,
be ready.
I
Hey,
got it
hey,
covered.
hey, hey, have your finger on the safety. So we get ready to pull it off. It's over with.
You ain't lying.
All right, together. You be
You
safe,
know
my
your
All
sister.
brothers
right.
will make a trip out there. Me, Sniper, Rimrod, D True,
I'm
man. You
good.
know we coming.
Hey,
I'm good. I'm staying in the house.
guess what? And
Huh?
we bring a crazy ass sickle dog.
Oh
Mm.
no, no, no. I'm staying in the house. That's what. Look,
Hey,
California gonna
Big Greg.
have a black cloud show up over California. They're gonna be like, "What the hell going on?"
You were like, oh, look, together
Yep.
we're like, oh, hey, together we're like, oh, hell, my brothers don't show up. Oh, hell,
The
Oh,
and
wolves,
wait,
all
wait.
hell
you
gonna
know the
Before
break loose.
wolves in town. The wolves
before
in
I
town.
go,
Uh-huh.
Armando, how you like my Pittsburgh Steelers Dominoes?
I love them. I
Love them,
love
baby,
them.
love them,
You
love
done
them.
now. You finally see what I was telling you at the beginning of the year. Them team logos and team dominoes and stuff like that. I'm
Uh-huh.
telling you, man, that right there will make money. But you got to tweak the logos. It can't look exactly like, say, like a Steeler. It can't instead of putting the Steelers logo, just use Steelers in the colors or something like that. Instead of
Yeah.
Hey, D
using the,
Truth, can you pull it up? Can you pull it up, D Truth?
but I love that
Uh,
concept. What's going on, Sniper?
I can't put it.
Talk to you, bro.
I guess I gotta make sure I gotta make sure I download it and I have it in my thing so I can put it on there so people can see. I gotta download it.
Oh,
Send it to me.
okay, okay.
Send it to my email.
I ain't got time to do all that.
Hey,
I ain't got time to
Big
do
Bro
all
said
that.
send it to his email. You send it to his email.
I didn't know you was my mama either.
Oh, here we go. I'm mute.
I
Hey,
didn't. I
mother,
don't
I'm
have a
muting up.
set of breasts to be your nobody mama.
Well, you on your way of getting some.
How I'm on my way to get
Y'all
some.
crazy. Y'all
Oh,
crazy.
and you knew say she about to send it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get down, but I'm gonna be watching. So let me get on down. Good to see
Where
you,
you going?
Brown Wolf. I gotta take care of some stuff real quick. Gotta make sure
Okay,
the
well be
fort is
safe.
straight. I
And
am.
tell Bear Wolf we say hey.
Okay, talk to you later.
All right. Then Alpha came back and said the parent that providing health insurance is who should be able to make a tax claim. How you feel about that, Armando and Sniper?
Say that again now.
Alpha said the parent that's providing health insurance is who should be able to make the tax claim.
Well, you so basically you saying that the father, because 9 times out of 10 the father is going to be the one that's ordered to pay that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. But I look at this way right here. I don't care the man or woman, I don't care what skin tone you is. It's why do some adults don't they look at like they are the one that need everything. Why do some adults do not look at the children as a priority of the whole situation?
Because it's
That's
selfish.
hmm. Mondo.
Ask me that question again. I was sending something to you new.
Yeah. Why do the man and the woman, don't care what skin tone you is, don't prioritize the child?
Why the man or the woman don't prioritize the child?
Yeah.
Hell, anybody that don't prioritize their children, they're bad parents. That's the best answer I could give you. A good parent ain't finna do that. Like us. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Tony prioritize his, I prioritize mine. You will prioritize yours if you
Mm-hmm.
had any. You know what
I
I'm saying?
prioritize my niece. I
Yeah,
prioritize my niece.
yeah. I mean, they selfish, bro. Let me tell you something. When you bring no child is asked to be brought in this world.
Nope.
Okay?
It's a gift. It's
When
a
you
gift.
It's a gift. It's a gift and a blessing from God. So when you bring a child in this world, it ain't about you anymore. It's about their child. You have to make sacrifices. Even if you have to sacrifice your comfort zone, you have to sacrifice your lifestyle, you have to, even if it means sacrificing your happiness, you make sacrifices for your kid.
Yeah. I got a question for both of y'all right here and the chat. Can a man raise a little girl to be a woman? Can a woman raise a man and raise a
Man, we
little
got
boy to be a
proof of
man?
that on the panel. We got proof of that on the panel. This man raised his daughter. He raised his daughter. There he is, right there. That proof right there. There it is. The poster child of a man, a real man that raised his daughter. Yes.
Yeah, but
Sniper.
you know,
Now look,
That's your answer right
yeah,
there.
but you know what I meant when I said that.
look. But the only thing is, I
That
raised
ain't
my
easy.
child.
That ain't easy. I
It
commend you, man. I raised Jamal, you know what I'm saying, but he a boy. But to do it with a girl, whew,
Go ahead, sniper.
yeah, I raised my child, but I made sure that the structure of women in her life help her become a woman.
Oh, that was I asked the
Does
question
that know
wrong.
what
You
I
know what I
mean?
meant? Yeah, yeah.
So she had her mother, or she had her grandmother, her great grandmother. People choose and pick that we chose and pick to be an influence in her life. Not everybody could be an influence in her life, but I did the same thing with my boy too. So I mean, it was, and I'm gonna tell you, besides the female issues that females do, it was harder to raise somebody who act like me, which both my kids, y'all know, both, especially my daughter, act just like me.
y'all act just like twins, bro. You and
Yeah,
her,
Hmm.
y'all are just like
yeah.
twins.
Mm-hmm.
But the hardest part was separation of that emotional state that females go through. I think that was the hardest part ever. Like, again, I can go and get into my son's butt and be like, rah, rah, rah. He like, okay, Negro. Or we can sit down and discuss about it. As soon as my voice will go up one octave, my daughter's crying. I had to break her out of that. Because I told her, some of these workplaces don't deal with that. They'll fire, if you can't take constructive criticism, they'll fire your butt. And daddy can't go up there to save you. But the answer to your question is, the answer is yes. There's many dudes who don't get credit for raising kids especially girls by themselves. They get all crazy for it.
Breaking up.
Yeah, I was just saying you just
I gotta
there's
go
a lot
check.
of dudes out there
You
that
know,
there's a
go
lot
ahead,
of
Snap.
people, there's a lot of dudes out there that don't get the credit they deserve for what they've done.
You're right about
Mm-hmm.
that. There's a lot of great fathers out there, single fathers, the one doing what they supposed to be doing for the kids, money, spending time. They don't get the credit. They get them them fathers like yourself, Mondo, uh, anybody else is a great father. It's just like they get all lumped in with them other fathers that ain't doing jack shit. You see what I'm saying? So shout out to the real fathers out there. Shout out to the real fathers out there. And guess what? I'm just saying shout out to the mothers out there doing what they got to do to raise their kid with a no good when the no good man is not around.
Yeah,
Could I say it any better?
shout out to the single fathers out there, and especially I mean especially the ones that are raising their daughters by themselves. Man, look, man, one of my church members, man, he got like five daughters, man, and his
Woo.
one day, man, his wife just, she said she was going to work and she never came back home, bro. She left him. She left him, bro. She left him for another man, left him with them girls, and he had to raise them girls by himself.
I think
She ain't
I
want she
heard
ain't want to have nothing to do with she ain't want to have nothing to do with them girls. She signed over her parental rights. It was that egregious, bro.
that was sad. She didn't want them kids in the first place, and it makes you wonder about the mentality of some of these adults. I'm talking about the men and women.
Hmm.
What the mentality are they thinking? See, raising a child is not easy. It's not easy, and when you start to raise a child, I don't care if it's a girl or a boy, right? It's not easy. Cause guess
Mm-mm.
what? You gotta worry about you gotta go to work to pay the bills. Then they get sick. Guess what? Yeah, it ain't too many people you going, especially nowadays. Ain't that many people you going to trust to be with your child. So guess what? You got to take off work, take them to the doctor, or take them to the
Hmm.
hospital, all that other stuff. And as they grow up, guess what? I know. For me myself, I know Mono and Sniper. We go to the store and try to buy some clothes or buy some shoes. Good God Almighty! You see the prices of shoes and clothes for us?
Hmm.
Think
But you
about it. If
know
you go to the
the bad thing, the good thing about it, on my behalf, I don't know Armando's complete story, but his parenting and everything. But when my kids were younger, now I've been doing this. My daughter was 2, and my son was 4. So, and trust me, I knew how to do. I knew how to provide and do for my son. There was times when my daughter got some or got an infection in her female parts, and I was like, oh no, mama, mama," and fortunately, I was living right down the street from my parents at the time. Um, so I was able to, just like some of these single women out here are doing, I was able to work, go to school, coach, and be able to provide for my kids. But I also had that help, especially with my daughter. I'm telling you, Ooh, and I, that dude that had the five girls. I could see that woman. She kind of makes me mad because, okay, if you didn't want to have kids, okay, you have one, make your family happy, do what you do, but you have five girls. Girls need, as much as everybody says, girls need that father figure, to show them how a man's supposed to treat a woman and everything. But they need that woman to show that feminine side. And that was the part that I was blessed that my parents was, close to me. That, I mean, literally 5 minutes down the street. And if he had a problem, I would have been like, if she had a problem, I called my mama. So that was a blessing by itself. But again, it's different raising kids, especially 2 years apart, and you got, your females always got like 15 different personalities. But having two of them that act just like you or act like me, y'all know I've been through something. Why do you think I have gray hairs before the age of 40? Because I was like, Dak, I see myself in both these kids, and I don't know. How do you handle yourself? Daddy, hey, listen, man. When I did this, what did you do? Oh boy, I wore your butt out. Well, it's, yeah, okay. Oh man,
Hold on. I'm finna show Together's Dominoes right
Yeah, the
quick.
world premiere.
And here we go. Here's a Dominoes. Y'all see that? Y'all see it?
Ain't no sound behind it, no music in there.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure which one to put.
Yeah, she did it right though. She switched it up with the logos or whatever instead of using. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
I like that.
Let's
I
see.
think the ones that she sent me at the beginning still better. Her first batch was her best batch, and I got one of her first batches with her.
And wait till the Falcon version come out. Murder Bird.
Yeah, she did a thing on that one, bro. She did a thing on that one. And we got them. Hey, we're gonna have more to come. We're gonna have more. Yeah, the Falcons. What? You hold up. You knew talking about you men had different personality too. Hmm.
I mean, everybody got different personalities.
Yeah.
You know
Everybody
what
got
I'm saying?
different
Yeah, I mean,
personality.
yeah, everybody. I mean, like D Troop has his own style. I got my own style. Sniper got his own style. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's true.
Yeah,
hmm
cause
Everybody,
what
we're all like, and the thing about it is, man, it would be a boring world
if
if
we were all the same?
everybody thought the same, had the same thoughts and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I'm gonna say this right here. I seen something, right? I seen something. What would make somebody so mad at a child to do the things they do to them? Is there anything in the world that would make you so mad to do something to a child they be that they do to them? And especially and this is another question too over there. Why do Americans, notice I said Americans, go adopt from other countries when we have kids over here that need adopting?
okay, bro. You asking two different forms of questions.
Yeah,
Okay, let me ask you. Let me ask you a first question. Okay, you got some. Let me tell you something. You got some sick people in this world, just like you got some good people with good hearts in this world. You got some sick, evil, demonic people in this world. You and me we look. Coming to YouTube has taught me one thing in looking at these chats.
Mm-hmm.
How I'm seeing how certain people are co-signing for woman beaters, defending woman beaters, defending men that are documented rapists. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you got some sick, demonic individuals in this world, bro. It is
Yeah.
what it is. You got
Yeah.
in this world, you got some good and you got some bad people, bro. That's
Yeah.
the best way I can answer that.
Yeah.
All right, now the next question. I've never understood the logic. We got so many children over here that need homes, that need parents. Why would anybody fly to freaking Africa or fly over to
Hey.
India to adopt a damn child when we got children right here in the inner city, in the urban areas that would love to have good parents and to be able to have a good home
Mm-hmm.
environment. I've never understood their logic, like all that crap. Madonna and Angelina Jolie, these are millionaires, people that are millionaires and billionaires. They'll bypass the children over here in America that need a home, and they'll go to Africa or somewhere overseas and adopt a kid. I've never understood that. I can't explain that, but it's I don't agree with their logic.
Mm-mm. And the sad part about it is, where the adoption agency, foster care, whatever you want to call it, where they set up, bruh. Some of these foster parents are horrible. Are horrible. And we wonder, and some of these parents are horrible. And we wonder why some of these kids grow up to do what they do. Not all of them. Not all of them. But like I said, we as adults, I know me and you, right? I'm nurturing my niece, right? What she loved doing, which is drawing. You feel what I'm saying? I'm nurturing that, encouraging her to continue to do it so she get better. There's some of those that are encouraging their child and nurturing their abilities. What they some of them think they are. Some of them think they are, but they're really not, because they living what you said vicarious through their child.
Vicariously. Hmm.
And but you know, it's in their mind. They're like, okay, I'm nurturing their ability or what they know what to do. That's what they thinking. But yet, if your child, let's say your child is a good athlete, right? Is a good athlete, good at what they do, or let's say good at science, good at math, whatever you want to call it. But you keep pushing and pushing and pushing, that it gonna be just like your child, just like you trying to get your child away from a relationship you don't like the other person. I don't care your child is a girl, she like this boy, but you try to keep them apart, or the boy like the girl, try to keep them apart. What they gonna do? Make them not want to do, shut down, not do what they love doing. They gonna fall out of love what they doing, or you know why I use that analogy, right? Because what they used to do when a parent don't like the child boyfriend, try to keep them apart, but what they do, bring them closer together, right?
Hmm.
But that child gonna draw away from what they really love if you keep pushing. Am I am I wrong for saying that?
No, you know.
Hey, hey, bro, cause I'm like this right here. Black, I'm I'm talking to my brothers and sisters out there. Any protest that don't have nothing to do with you, stay your butt away from it. Cause guess what? If something go down, who they gonna lock up first?
Us.
There you go. Hey, I just say I agree with what I disagree what the protest is doing, and I just say I disagree what the orange man is doing. But some gonna have to give sooner or later. Some gonna have to give. I just hope no, I'm saying a state war break out in California. I just hope, Lord forbid it. You know what I'm saying? That what I'm thinking right there. But
Well, anytime they talking about, at first they talking about bringing in the National Guard, and then they talking about bringing in the Marines.
oh, they already sent no, they sent 100 Marines there along with the National Guard.
Mm.
So they already
So
sent them.
it looked like it's a war
Yeah,
breaking out already.
yeah. Oh, I would say there was some way Bill Gates giving billions to Africans overseas, but won't give it to black folks in the hood. Oh, we already know why that is. We ain't got to explain that, dude, Mondo.
Mm.
We ain't got to explain that one.
Mm.
Hey, but I tell you, boy, life as you know it, we know this. We already knew it was gonna be a rough ride when you got back and on. We already knew it was gonna be whatever. When you know it, I want to ask you this question: is
Mm.
Musk and Trump not liking each other? Is they pretending to not like each other, or
No,
is it?
I think it's a situation where it's always a high turnover of staffs.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like Obama had the same thing, man. The people they just start off with, he had a lot of turnover. Every president has a lot of turnover when it comes to staff. So that ain't nothing new.
Hmm.
I
They
don't
go.
think they. I don't think they have a problem with each other.
So, in other words, it just could you? I look at it. I
It,
don't
it,
think it's a play. It's just a
it, it
play.
no, I ain't even gonna say it's a play. I think it's a business decision by
Yes.
Musk. Is he's a businessman. He's not a politician. So you have a lane. Everybody
Yeah.
in life, you have a lane, and
Hmm.
his lane is business.
Yeah.
Being a
Yeah.
business tycoon, not a politician, man.
Yeah.
So
Cause I think what really got him out of that when the stock prices his stock Tesla started to drop. Hey, you know what? One thing, the cars look good, but guess what? You gonna drive them around town. You can't go out of town with them things.
I know plenty of people that go out of town. They Tesla.
But they go, hey, I guarantee they
Lee,
follow the route. They,
Lisa brother got one. He drive down. He drive at it to the A all the time from Memphis today.
but you got to know what gas station got the electric outlet that
A
charge
lot
them
of
up.
a lot of them do now. A lot of them
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
Exxon, QT, Speedway. I think damn near most of them got that
yeah.
pump.
But you know what?
Mm.
I'm tell you what. This this black man did right. He got an electric car, but the difference between his and difference between his and Tesla's is it can recharge while going. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Hey, but only thing I say, hey, hope we get it invented, or hope him get knocked off like that guy that had built that car, that truck that can run on water.
Hmm.
I just hope they don't get knocked off. But you know how that go, don't you?
Hmm.
It's a business decision. But but I'm gonna ask you this question: do our people need to know the laws, federal and state laws?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's why they teach you that in school. It's just some people wasn't taking the time to learn.
Hmm. That,
They teach you that. I mean, government, U.S.
yeah,
government.
yeah,
They offered that in school where you it was mandatory
yeah,
when I was in
yeah.
high school.
Yeah, look, I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? I'm still learning
Yeah, yeah.
new law.
I mean, I didn't just go off of what I was taught in school because a lot
Mm.
of that stuff was watered down. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
watered down. Uh, I told you, bro. You remember that library that we had? We had a big ass library with a bunch of books. I'm a reader. I like to read, not
Hmm.
just what I see off the internet, but I'll go down there in my office, man, and read books.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like to read my interests. You know what I'm saying? And you know me, when I do a show, I read for different sources and give my opinion on it, not just deal off of like CNN or NBC, Atlanta Black Star, all of them. I get it from different sources. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Cause, cause one might say this, one might say that, one might say this other thing. But look, like me, you, everybody we pack don't we look, we might agree on some things, but all things we're not gonna agree on. But we do come to a compromise. And I noticed some adults can't come to a compromise. Why that?
Bullheaded.
That that's exactly what I feel to say.
Hmm.
Hey, bro, we got it. Let's see. What you think? Let's see. So,
Gonna be the last question. I'm gonna drop down. Give me a bite to eat, man.
yeah, I'm about to end it too. What do you think about them two dudes up in Washington State robbing the military base and get caught? And they were ex-military.
Uh, the idiots.
You know what all they had in there? Boy, they had an arsenal in there, bro. And they've
Yeah,
been doing it for and they've been doing it for 2 years.
yeah.
Ain't no telling who all got it.
They need to throw the book at them.
Yeah, and had a NASA flag up in there.
They need to throw the book at them.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and yeah, bro. In the last in the shout out comments, you know what I'm talking about. Final thoughts.
Brothers and sisters in the Southern California area, stay in the house and stand down. Do not get involved with this. This is not your fight. Please stay in the house. Do not get involved. Do not go nowhere near downtown. We ain't look. This ain't our fight. No, should none of us be trying to ride in on no white horse to save a bunch of people that came over here illegally. We can't go over into their country illegally. We can't go if we went over there into their country illegally and got caught. The federales would drag our asses. So if we're not, you can't buy property in Mexico if you're non-Mexican. So look, we are American citizens. We are tax-paying citizens. We were born and raised in this country. Some of us fought and died for this country. Okay, our ancestors fought and died for this country. Okay, we this is our birthright, and those people are squatters. It's just like if somebody come to your house and when it's time to leave, they don't leave. And they say, okay, we've been getting mail here for a while. No, we. And they decide that they don't want to leave. That's exactly what they're doing. And it's not right. It's not right. It is not legal. So that is why it ain't our fight. We need to stay the hell out of it and let the government deal with it. This one time, look, I'm not a Trumper, but I said from the beginning, even back then in the election, this is one thing I strongly agree with him on. Get them the hell up out of here. Get them the F up out of here. Get them up out of here. Because at the end of the day, they were taking food from our table. They were taking money out of the black community. They weren't really hurting the white community. They were hurting the black community.
Hmm.
They were taking from us. So if anybody, if any group, if any community is going to benefit from this, it's going to be our community. Can you imagine how many jobs are going to come available? How many construction jobs are going to become available now? How many factory jobs are going to become available out there? Can you imagine? Man,
Hmm.
please, a lot of brothers and sisters are going to be able to find jobs that weren't able to find jobs 40 years ago. So I'm with Trump on this one, bro.
Yeah. And on the sports side of thing is some some colleges are advising they overseas students not to leave this country because they're gonna be hard for them to might be hard for them to come back, especially to get a student visa and stuff like that. They are saying stay over here. Don't hey, you know what I'm saying? So especially this climate right now, That would
And
be
I don't give a damn if they from Mongolia. If they over here illegally, get them the hell up out of here. I don't care if they from Canada. If they're over here illegally, get them the hell up out of here. If they from Jamaica, they here illegally, get them the hell up out of here. If they from the North Pole and they here illegally, get them the hell up out of here.
I'm talking about the athletes. I'm talking about the athlete, about the coaches. What they were telling them not to, because some of them try to get their student visas to come over here and play for some of these colleges.
Mhm.
So they trying to say they ready for them to stay on over here and try to work to get their visa, because they go home try to get it. They going take it a while to get it. You know how some foreign athletes.
If they over here trying to get an education, I wouldn't. Those people I wouldn't bother.
Yeah.
It's these other ones that's trying to play in our face in milking the government funds. Those are the ones that need to get the hell on.
Yeah.
And the ones that are over here committing crimes and shit.
Okay.
Those are the ones that need. Those are the ones that need to get the hell on. Somebody that's over here trying to get an education, man, I ain't knocking that. I'm not knocking that.
So what we doing Friday and Saturday? Are we doing the Big Ten on Saturday or Friday, or you got something else playing?
Let's do we'll do the Big Ten. We're gonna do sports on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, that other thing we'll discuss. That's why I ain't even announced it yet.
Yeah. And Alpha, we will be talking about your Ohio State Buckeyes.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you're gonna be in there. We know you're gonna be in there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and that's your final thought. You got any more? You got a shout out?
Shout out to everybody. Thank you all for coming out, supporting my bro D Truth. And hey, you know, some things we disagree on, but at the end of the day, we're Americans. And you know, we both served. He served in active duty. I served in the reserves. And it's America first, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's America first. So hey, let's keep America safe and clean.
Yeah, Alpha.
And keep jobs, America.
Yeah, Alpha. Y'all might be the champ, but when y'all gonna beat Michigan? I had to get that in.
We're gonna discuss that Friday because it is imperative. For Ryan Day, it is imperative, bro, because he don't want to end up like Ed Orgeron. Have one shining moment and then got down 2 years later be giving his pink slip because he can't beat Michigan.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, but what if he don't win no ring? If he didn't win that ring, y'all would be ready to get him. Y'all would have ran him up out of Columbus. Y'all would have ran him up out of Columbus. So what if it's a year y'all don't win the national title and still lose to Michigan, bro? Y'all gonna run him up out of Columbus. It's gonna be like Ed Orgeron all over again.
And how many years it be right here? The 5th year straight? If they lose to Michigan?
This will be the 5th straight year, bro. No, I can't think of a head coach in my lifetime. I can't think of an Ohio State head coach in my lifetime that lost to Michigan 5 years in a row. Since I've been watching college football since I've been a kid, I've never known an Ohio State head coach to lose 5 years in a row to Michigan. Hell, John Cooper didn't even do that. And he lost a lot to Michigan, but he ain't lose no damn 5 in a row. Earl Bruce, John Cooper, Woody Hayes. I'm trying to think of all the other ones. Okay. John Cooper, Earl Bruce. Okay. I'm starting back from when I was a kid. Woody Hayes, Earl Bruce, John Cooper, Jim Trexel, Urban Meyer. And now Ryan Day. Ryan Day, the only one that done dropped 5 straight to Michigan. You probably have to go back to the early 1900s to find.
You mean 4 straight, right?
Huh?
If we lose this coming season, it'll be 5 straight, right?
This will be 5 straight.
Yeah. So
in other words, I was saying, Alpha, it got to be way before probably before World War I.
Eh,
Ohio State
I-
was winning national titles back in the 40s. Y'all won a national title back in 41, I think.
yeah, and you know what? They got the Michigan swept them. That's what they call a four straight games a sweep. You know what a 5 game sweep is? He got the hand. That Ryan Day gonna get the hand.
That mean, hey man, that mean, let me tell you something, Alpha. This class that just graduated from Michigan, that's 2025 class that just graduated from Michigan in early May. They got a lifetime bragging rights over every Ohio State fan. They can say, I attended Michigan for 4 years and never lost to Ohio State. They can leave school and say, I never seen a loss. Never seen my team since when I was there. We never lost to Ohio State.
But them seniors for Ohio State cannot say that. I don't think they can say, "Oh, we won the national championship."
That just like them seniors from this senior class of the Georgia Bulldogs never took an L. Never took an L from Florida. 4 straight wins. Never took an L.
Woo! But we'll discuss all that Friday. Hey, you know what time it is? Oh, I thought you were gonna say your in the
Oh yeah. Yeah, and one last thing. Okay. Be safe, be careful. This is the most dangerous time of the year, it's summertime. You got fools out here. You know, you got idiots. The idiot, just like the freaks come out at night, the idiots come out in the summertime. Ladies, don't go to the gas station by yourself at night. Okay? Don't avoid going to the grocery stores at night. If you have to go to the grocery store, park in the front, up under a light where there's cameras are. You have to be aware of your surroundings. You know, this can be a beautiful time of the year, but also a dangerous time of the year. Unfortunately, you got some people out here that just do, egregious things to females. So, and females travel in packs, use the buddy system. Watch out, look out for one another. And when you're at a club, go to the restaurants together. Ladies, don't lay your drinks down. If you lay your drink down, if you accidentally lay your drink down, you have to walk away. When you come back, throw that drink away. Do not drink that drink. Do not drink that drink. And on that note, take care of yourselves and each other. And we'll pack for life.
Yeah, and another thing to add to that to women is if you see something on your car or in your door handle or on your windshield or see some money on the ground, do not touch it. Do not touch it. Do not touch it. Because you might get snatched up. Do not touch it. And on that safety note, that PSA we just gave for Armando Black, D Truth, Sniper, my sister together. Love and respect yourself, because when you love and respect yourself.
One more thing. You knew it's ATL, baby girl, not ALT.
Hey, she was trying to spell alternate. But like I said, love and respect yourself. Cause when you love and respect yourself, you see through all the BS. And shout out to my chat. Shout out to the chat. Hey, thank you for coming by, Alpha. Thank you for coming by. And self-love, the best kind of love. Who can love you better than you can love yourself? Peace. We out. I finally wanted to get out of here. I know I'm going to do that first.
This has been a 20 East Media Network LLC presentation. If you have not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And please like and share this video. Thank you and have a good day.
This has been a 20 East Media Network LLC special presentation. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. Thanks for coming. Now you ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get the hell up out of here. See ya.
I like that one, bro. I like that one.
This is the truth, and this is 20 East Media Network LLC production. All rights reserved.